welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing well. So today you are joining me for another pregnancy update. I know, another one. We have made it to 40 weeks. It's been a few weeks since I've kind of updated on my channel, just because I had like a week or so where I didn't really feel great, if I'm completely honest. I felt really run down, just under the weather, a bit hormonal, a bit fed up. And yeah, and then I've been meaning to film for like the last couple of weeks and just not got around to it. But yes, we're here now. I am officially past my due date. So yesterday was my due date with this little bump, and she's not here, as you can probably tell by the bump I'm still carrying. I thought I would do a little update. I would like to hope this will be my very last one and she will make an appearance. So if you are new here, then hello, my name is Amy and this is my 40-week pregnancy update with bump number 4. We are expecting a baby girl any day now, and right now she's just snug as a bug. She's comfortable in there and she's happy. I had a midwife appointment yesterday, and she just said, you know, she's ready to go, head is really low and central and all of that kind of stuff, but just no signs of wriggling just yet. I've been getting a lot of Braxton Hicks. I've been getting a lot of like pain-free contractions, like they're uncomfortable, but you know, the pain of a contraction, if you've had a baby and you know the pain of a contraction is pretty obvious, and you can't mistake it with anything else. So they've not been that, they've just been a little bit uncomfortable. The midwife has said, you know, your body's trying to do it, it's kind of testing the waters and saying like, oh, are we ready to go? And then like, no. I'm in the UK, so one thing that our midwives don't really tend to do is check to see like if we're dilating or if our cervix has started thinning out. I know in the States they tend to do that from like 37 weeks or so, but we don't have that. So yeah, literally I was speaking to my midwife about it and she just said it's basically because you could be 3 centimeters and completely thinned out and you could still carry for another 3 weeks. Like they don't know. Or you could be, your cervix could be completely closed and within an hour you're like in active labor. Like there's no real way to, I mean obviously it gives them a bit of a sign if your body's starting to change, but it's not 100% guaranteed, so they don't do it. So in my region as well at the moment, they're not offering sweeps or anything like that to kind of try and get your body moving. Usually you'd be offered one around 41 weeks. With COVID and that kind of stuff, my hospital are not offering it. And to me, although I'm not too bothered, I'm not too bothered by that, because I'm hoping that I just won't need it, which will come over maybe like the weekend or something. But it's nice to have something to kind of aim for. I remember I went 2 weeks overdue with Maisie and she had to be induced, which is my first daughter, and that's quite a common thing to happen. But yeah, it was like, okay, so we're past the due date and I know that in a few days I'm going to have a sweep and we'll see if that does something. If not, then we'll gear up for induction. It was like having that next stage, like, okay, nothing's happened naturally, let's try the sweep. The sweep's done nothing, let's go for the induction. Whereas I just feel like I'm just playing a waiting game, which I am, and sweeps aren't always successful. They have about a 50% success rate. So yeah, I'm just waiting really. I do have another appointment with my midwife at 41 weeks, and I have my induction booked in already for when I'll be like 12 days overdue. So it's not the most ideal timing. It's not the most ideal timing to go in and be induced, because it's actually the day, it actually falls on the day the girls go back to school. So I'm really hopeful that she's going to come before, but I would like to have had her and feel recovered and like be able to take the girls on the school run, just because, you know, it's been like 6 months since they have been at school, and the system has changed. You know, the like drop-off system in the morning where they've got to go, and like, you know, I'm trying to get my head around it, let alone trying to ask someone to do it for me. So yeah, we're fingers crossed that she's going to make an appearance before that, but if not, then, you know, life is life and we'll crack on and it will all be figured out, and I'm sure the girls will be absolutely fine. And they are very excited, waiting for their sister. So the kids don't really understand the whole like due date and then the fact that that doesn't mean she's actually going to come. So yesterday it was like, where is she then? Like, you know, where is she? And I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, lots of, Mummy, you gonna have a baby now? Are you gonna have a baby now? Everyone's just starting to feel a little bit impatient. The texts have started coming daily from friends and family asking for updates, which of course is very nice that everyone takes an interest, but you know, it's one of those, I'm going to get to the point in the next few days where I reply and say, do you not think I'd tell you? Like, do you not think I would honestly tell you if I had her? Do you think I'm just going to keep it a secret? I'm kind of trying to keep myself occupied rather than just thinking about giving birth and like second guessing any little niggle. So today I'm off out for lunch with a friend of mine. I did a little bit of shopping. I've bought some bits for like after she's born, actually this little tracksuit thing being one of them, but if she's late I'm just going to wear it now anyway, fit it over the bump. But yeah, so I've got some plans like over the next week, nothing major, but it's kind of loose plans where it's like, yeah, you know, if I haven't had the baby then we'll do something, if not, if I have had her then we probably won't. So I've just been sort of doing that. I'm not going too far from home. I'm trying to make the most of the time that the girls are still off, but it's really hard because I don't want to go too far, although I really don't think I'll go into labour during the day. My 3 previous pregnancies, labours, I went into labour at around about the same time, which was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then that was kind of when I had a first like contraction that woke me up, and they were all born between sort of like 10 and 11 a.m. My active labour was a bit shorter with each of them. So with Maisie it was like 6 hours, with Bella it was about 2, with Lottie it was about an hour and a half. It's a bit of a funny one where I just, during the day I'm like, she's definitely not going to come, and then at night I'm like, right, I'm gonna get comfy, make sure I've got everything around me because I might go into labour tonight, and then I just wake up and it's like, oh, not happened, another day. I'm not trying to push it too much because I do think the more you try the less likely it is to happen. We had a Nando's the other night and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go like all out and get hot, have hot sauce, have hot everything, just to see if that worked. My mouth was like burning, I couldn't feel my lips, and yeah, nothing happened. I've been drinking my raspberry tea still because I quite like it for one, and what they say is that it can make like the second stage of labour easier, which is like the pushing part, like it makes those contractions nice and strong. And like, you know, you hear these horror stories, I didn't have anything like that, so I'm just like not going to tempt fate by not having the raspberry tea. So yeah, drinking my raspberry tea, sitting on my ball because that's quite comfy, so I do enjoy sitting on my ball. But other than that, I'm not really doing too much. I'm not trying to exert myself too much, and because I know labour's knackering, and I know that once it starts I'm gonna instantly wish that it wasn't happening. I'm just trying to enjoy my last days of pregnancy because this is very, 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 very likely to be my very last pregnancy. So I am gonna miss it, and you know, even after I had Lottie it was always like, you know, I think I'll probably have another one day. With this one I'm kind of like, I think 4's enough. You start getting silly with like cars and things. So yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy it and remind myself that I'm gonna miss this little bump when I do start feeling a bit frustrated and fed up. If you have any tips on how to get labour started, then you know, holler at me. But all in all, 40 weeks, I'm feeling quite good. I also had a growth scan this week, which baby looked healthy, happy, growing well. They estimated her weight to be around £7.12. which is the biggest of like all of my babies, and I know those weights estimates are not always accurate, but I was like, okay, right, she needs to come now. I don't want to be giving birth to a massive baby. So yeah, that was interesting. I had my bloods retaken yesterday just to check my iron levels, but everyone's quite confident that the iron infusion has worked because I have a lot more energy, I have a lot more colour in my face, I'm sleeping a lot better. But yeah, they'll just check that. It means I can have the birth that I want. Other than that, I don't really feel like I've got much to report on. So that's about it from me. I'll do a little bump shot, 40-week bump shot. I really hope this is the last one I do of this. So this is bump 40 weeks and late. When are you gonna come, little girl? I do think my bump's definitely dropped a little bit. She's as low as she's going to get according to the midwives before she's actually born, and you know, things like heartburn gone. So you know, I definitely feel like she's not so in my ribs. All promising signs that she's getting ready to join this world. And hopefully in a not too distant future, the next video will be me here holding a little baby. So thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you for like your support on my pregnancy journey as well. These videos are really nice for me as just like a little sort of diary, and I know I'm going to love looking back on them and even showing baby girl one day. And so yeah, thank you for your support over the last 9 months. I'm so ready for the next chapter, and I'll take you along that journey with me as well. Thanks guys, bye.